Hi, I'm Wendy Gale. Sharing the Alaska story last week brought up more than I expected. Not just the memories themselves, but the emotional hangover that comes after you speak something out loud that you've carried quietly for years. In this moment, after you hit publish, after you close your laptop, after you walk away, where your body finally reacts. And for me, that reaction showed up as exhaustion. Not sadness, not regret, just tired. Because telling the truth takes energy. And last week, my energy had been stretched thin. I also want to share I placed my mom in a new home last weekend, and it was emotional in a way it's hard to describe. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't chaotic, it was just final, a shift. A turning of a page I didn't think I'd be turning so soon. And even though she's safe and cared for and where she needs to be, there's still a part of me adjusting to the reality that I'm not her full-time caregiver anymore. And the next day, on Monday, I had to get 2 CT scans for my upcoming surgery. And then I got the results, and they found an incidental finding. I have a lump in my thyroid. So a couple of days after that, I had to go immediately and get an ultrasound. And I got the results from that. I have a lump on each side of my thyroid. So it's like life handed me 3 different emotional weights at once and said, here, hold all of this for a bit. But here's the part I want to share, the part that feels important. Even with all of that, I'm noticing moments of lightness again. I went to the grocery store last week with my mother-in-law, and for the first time in a long, long time, I wasn't stressed, I wasn't rushing, I wasn't bracing for a phone call. I wasn't carrying the invisible tension in my shoulders. I was just there, in the moment, shopping for groceries like a normal person, and that freedom is something I haven't felt in 2 years. And then I started to sleep at least 6 hours. 6 hours. That's huge for a caregiver. That hasn't happened in months and months and months. These little shifts, the sleep, the grocery store, the quiet moments, they're signs that my nervous system is finally coming down from the constant state of alert it has been in for so long. Too long. I noticed I wasn't shaking much anymore or tight in my chest. So yes, this week's been a heavy week, but it's also been strangely healing. I'm learning that you can hold fear and relief at the same time. You can carry grief and still feel moments of peace. You can be exhausted and still be proud of yourself for showing up. And that's what this episode is about, me showing up. Not with a perfectly wrapped story, not with a big lesson, just with the truth where I am today. And in the middle of waiting for all those answers, in the middle of adjusting to a new chapter, in the middle of learning how to breathe again, I can say the weight is lifting, and I didn't realize how heavy it had gotten until it started to lift. And if you're in a season like that too, where life is loud and heavy and layered, I hope you know you're not alone. And I'd love to hear your story or any feedback in the comments section. Let's connect. Thank you for being here, and until next time, please take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.